Hello friends, welcome to RG for You channel. Today we are going to discuss about how to create microservice and how to add microservice to Eclipse, how to run microservice and what are the features, how we can achieve that. If you see last 4 videos, we have uploaded like what is the basics of microservice and what is the difference between monolithic and microservice architecture. And to create a microservice, what are the things we need to know, right? Okay, let's see how we can achieve microservices. Okay. How to create microservice. Before this, we should know the Spring Boot project and Maven architecture. So I think hope many people already know about Spring Boot application. If you don't also, no problem. So we can make easily a Spring Boot application by using Spring Initializer. Okay. And come to Maven architecture. See, if you know Maven, it is easy to understand Spring Boot application building. Okay. So Maven in the sense, so library point of view and dependencies point of view, it is very to accomplish to the project. So we no need to struggle to add specific jars to our project. So if we add the respective Maven dependencies to the project in the form.xml, so it will download automatically. Okay. Okay. So now let's see how to create a Maven project from Spring Initializer. Okay. See, first thing we have to see Spring Initializer. So let's go to Google. Yeah, already it's open. You can also start spring.io. Start a spring.io initializer. So here, we have to select Maven project or graduate project. So by default, it will be Maven project only, and we are using by Java. And you can select the version of Spring Boot, and here you can give the package name from.test.micro. I'll give ms. Okay. So here the project name. So I'll give wallet get customer details. Okay. So you want to be export as a jar or var. We have to select, and there is a minimum of Java 8 version. It will work. It will run in 1.5 also, but they have not provided. So by default you have to select here web. Okay, Spring Web. So now if you click on generate the application, it is generated and downloaded to local. So let's see now downloads. Refresh. See, it came here. Wallet get customer details. Okay, it is a zip file. Make it unzip. It is inside one more folder is there. Just cut it. Looks very easy to create a project here, right? So now come to Eclipse. What are the steps we have seen here? First step, we have to create a Maven project from the Spring Initializer, right? Yeah, now we have done that one. And yeah, by choosing the version and Gradle name and artifact ID, so we have created the project, right? So now we have to import the project to our Eclipse. We have to go to file, click on import. Okay. See, many people are doing mistake here. The Maven project we should not import to general import. Okay, this is general import which we are importing the normal Java applications. Okay, this is different case, and now we have built the Maven project, so we have to import under Maven existing to Maven project. Okay, we have to select under Maven. Okay, make a note on this before, and you have to select the path where our project is there. Where it is under downloads, right? So click on downloads. It is wallet. So bill lost. Yeah, here. So wallet get customer details. Okay. See, it is selected pom.xml and finished. So now it will be, see, you are seeing here building the Maven project, and it will download what all the dependencies are required for this project. Okay, so now we have created one Maven project from the Spring Initializer, and we have imported successfully to our Eclipse. Okay, and now the project is building. If you want to create many microservices, definitely yes, you have to create many Spring Boot applications. And one more thing here, see, now it is build the application to Eclipse, and if you see here, it is generated by default Servlet Initializer and web wallet app get customer details application. See, it is directly given Spring Boot application annotation, and we can run this one. See, by default, every Spring Boot application there will be a Tomcat is running. See here, you are seeing, right? Spring application dot run by using Spring Boot application. Though by default, Spring Boot is providing the server. So you see here in the console, you are able to see it is running like as a Tomcat. Okay, still it is running, not completed. See, Tomcat has started on the port 8080 by default. For started wallet app get customer details application in JVM running. So Spring Boot application is running now. Tomcat is up for this wallet application get customer details. Okay, so later we have to see how we can create the APIs by using Spring Boot, and how we have to communicate one Spring Boot application to another Spring Boot. I mean one microservice to another microservice. How we can communicate, and how we have to create, and how we can access the APIs from the browser or any other system. So we have to see that one, right? Okay. So if you see the pom.xml, so there are already downloaded by default what all the dependencies it wants. Okay, so Spring Framework.boot and starter web and Tomcat Maven plugin, all dependencies it will download by default. Okay, disadvantage is if you go with Maven application. So now starter, okay, if you see here in the console we have Spring and it is started, the version is v2 5.5, and if you see here Tomcat has started on the port 8080. So now this is running. After implementing the APIs in this application, we can create our classes and our packages, and we can create how many APIs we want, but we have to segregate these all are one microservices and these all are other microservices, like that. So then only we can communicate other service one microservice to other microservices, and whatever we see in last 4 videos, like what are the advantages by using microservices, those all we can see with the APIs communication. Okay, so hope you guys clear with the how to create microservice, and how we can import the project to our Eclipse, right? Okay, thank you guys, thank you for watching this video. We'll see in next video how we can communicate like API to API or microservice to microservice. Okay, thank you.